till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back
All
to
shields
the
deployed.
Battle of Valentine, in which we're gonna see those couples fighting with each other for that 15,000 prize pool. Powered by Miko Official Gaming and sponsored by Vista Games. We're right now into the round of eight, that is the quarterfinals. And as you can see, this is the game between Team Daddy Chill versus Team Vinith. Daddy Chill are playing in the left side, whereas Team Vinith right now going for that red side. And look at it. It will be a BO3 series. It's your boy STZ in the casting desk, and with me, Debbie will be my co-caster. She'll be joining with me as well. So, Debbie, whom do you think gonna have the first blood?
Talking about teams, man. I think the first blood, yeah, it's definitely going to be the one with the most damage into the early stages of the game. So I think it's going to be Daddy Chill who will be able to get it down. But hey, pretty sure that both of the teams are very, very ready to not play that aggressive. They are just playing it passive because they know that every scaling matters here. But hey, look at that hook though.
Okay, that's a good start, you can say, from the side of Team Daddy Chill. But this is the comp they're going for, Debbie, every time. This is a long and the
Yeah.
the Freya. The Valkyrie decent with the Dragon Warrior, Dragon Sword, Dragon Spear. Everything works so well for them at this moment. Look at it. Like, they will play a little bit safer in the first side, in the first
Yep.
2 3 minutes. Then they will go for the attack. That's what I saw in the last round of 16 from Daddy Chill.
Yep. That's why it's important here. But looking at the build so far, I think it's definitely going to be a good goal lead onto the hands of the Rosa here. He's definitely going to be out there able to get the buff here. But then again, they kind of have to wait it out because both of the damage dealers here are on and Inspire. That is an amazing spell that they have right now. So whatever engage that they want to go upon, they might be able to get out the damages here. And Freya, I think Daki has been able to find out a lot of wins with this hero, so I'm pretty sure they might want to give a bit of a tankiness onto the hands of Silva, and she will be the one with the damage. Meanwhile, Barbie lagged sees on the Ruby, which means that Ruby is like basically a tank. So I think they will be able to have that upper hand this time.
Yeah, the emblems also suggest that the Ruby really being that tanky member for the side of Team Vinith, because like, you
Hmm.
need a sustain, and from the behind, the Roger will be the main damage dealer. Before that, with the Dragon Spear, the Zilong can
Yep.
actually pull out the Roger or maybe the Ruby, and then the Valkyrie decent does have that
Mm.
damage which them out. So obviously, they both the teams have a good comp here. But it's
Yep.
more over to the execution part, like whoever will be getting the first kill, because you know the rules, Debbie, that five
Yep.
kills on the board, you'll be the winner, or some tier damage in the mid, you'll be the winner. And you can only take out the lethal, purple, and the red one.
Yep. That's what they are doing here right now. They're just not going for any kind of fight because, of course, even if they are trying to go for the fight, especially into the side of Daddy Chill, it's always going to be a good pill coming to it from Barbie Lect here. She's definitely going to be stopping them from entering any kind of zone here. But the fact that Daddy Chill are able to face out a lot of minion waves for the side of Team Vin is kind of going to be proving quite useful here because look at the goal. They are actually ahead onto the goal, and I'm pretty sure Silver might be on a tank build as well because this is what we needed for Azilong to play for. He got to play for the Freya, and then the Freya is a damage dealer. And look at this, they are proceeding to freeze out onto the lane as much as possible.
Devi, just think about it. Like, we have done a lot of BO3 series as a caster, as you being my co-caster, I being your co-caster. But
Yeah,
this will be our first BO3 in which it could be a chance that this BO3 can go for a tie. Because, like,
yeah,
just think about the possibility. The whole goal is same. They don't have any kills on their scoreboard. The players are totally safe, and three games goes like that. So obviously, like, there could be a chance that we're gonna see a tie, but it's like a, like, once in a comet year kind of thing.
yep. That's what I'm waiting for, man. But look at this. The pictures coming through from both of teams definitely immaculate here. They're not going for the fights. They just want to get the farm in, and I think the Chill are doing a better job in trying to clear the freeze out into the minions, which means that they'll be able to have a good goal lead too. And yeah, trying to give it a little bit of vision here too. But the fact that even though they wanted to be very very aggressive, they cannot really go in for it because of the presence of the Ruby here. Ruby is just a good peel hero with a good set as well. So you don't want to go in. One, if you get caught with the arm offended, it's definitely going to be not in favor for the side of Daddy Chill here. So they are just chilling here, just trying to give advantage onto the minion here. Yoki already got onto the Windtalker here, so at least that's going to be the simple item that might make him hurt a lot. But it's already 5 minutes of the game and no blood spread yet.
Okay, but now we can see the Valkyrie
What?
descent with that Zilong's pull with the Dragon Spear. The first
No.
person to go on to Yuki. Barbie Lag can't do anything at this point.
Wow. Did you see that the way he was hooking and flicking it? Ah, that was amazingly well done, Mr. Silva. I think this was a game plan all along, right? Now they have the upper hand. They are one kill ahead, and if they are able to take down this tower as well, it's definitely going to be in favor for the side of Daddy Chill here. They are playing it very safe, but Flicker.
Okay, he also went for, she also went for that same strategy, but now the Roger comes up with the leak and pounce, and again, one more Valkyrie dash with the Valkyrie descent, and there you go. They managed to melt out Yuki, and now Barbie Lag in a very bad position, will be going backside. 2-0 the score is, the lead has already been accumulated from the side of Team Daddy Chill.
Yeah, 2 turrets ahead, and they might want to go all in again. Look at the hook though! She's a lot of damage, and that's gonna be a killing spree for Miss Ducky right there onto the Freya. She's definitely comfortable onto this hero, right? But look at this. They're gonna be focusing onto the turret again, and they don't really want to mess around, and there we go. We have the first winner of the game. Daddy Chill.
Of course, this is Team Daddy Chill, of course. The way they dominate in the round of 16, the way they dominate throughout the whole battle of Valentine, they will be making sure that they will continue the domination till the end, like the finals or maybe the semi-finals, who knows. But there should be someone who can give that proper, like proper counter or proper matchup against them. But this game goes to Team Daddy Chill. 1 point into the board.
Yep, the fact
Then
that it's
they're
like,
back.
this is the quarters already, right? So we have a bit of an update of a change up onto the rules as well. We're gonna be playing for 10 minutes only, and that's gonna be 3 kills. That's gonna be the winning condition for any teams here. So now we're gonna be heading directly into the second game here. It's definitely gonna be important for both of the teams to get out the heroes that they wanted to go for. If they want to stick with the Freya Geelong, also it's never gonna be bad. Freya Geelong, I think Dagi does really well with the Freya. She could go in again.
Okay, I have an info right now, Debbie. In this BO3 series, you have like 3 kills on your board. If you're gonna get 3 kills on your board, you have to surrender. That's what the new rule is.
10 minutes also. And it's gonna be 10 minutes, right?
Fear the darkness.
Under 10 minutes too. So look at that. A bit of a change up into the picks here. So this is gonna be a Grandja and a Sylvana into the red side, into the blue side, which is the side of Team Venice here. They have one more chances, but still, Daki and Silver, they will be sticking to a hero that they are comfortable on. Look at Silver though. He's using the skin, which is actually silver in color. A legend skin and a pig skin. Yeah. I think Zenith's they could go for that Valentine skin now because they have the Valentine. Just saying, oh man, come on, this is a Valentine special. You got to use this skin. Oh man, so saddening, so saddening. But let's see. This time around, Silver and Daki on a Zilong again, and Freya.
Yeah.
Wait, this is a Vengeance Yoki onto the Sylvana with damage. You know, this approach has never been far too good, but let's see how they will be able to pull this one off.
It's like a set off comp. Like you have a set off for your side, or you can see like not even a proper pickup, but you can actually go for that ultimate of Sylvana, which can carry out the the Freya or maybe the Zilong, but the Dragon Spear. That's what I'm a little bit fear about. Like the Granger's biggest counter is a Zilong, so of course, like having a Zilong out there and the Granger into the farm place, I don't feel like a good set for the side of Team Beneath at this point because they are literally in a deficit of 1-0 at this point.
That's what, and it's gonna be very saddening to see them getting clean sweep. We cannot really do that, man. But onto the brighter side, they still have a chance. Because last time we saw Gwenda, when he was able to get the farm, he was definitely doing so good, much of a work. But Silver. Now he have level 2, which means he have the hook as well. But they are not trying to go for those. The fact that both of the heroes onto the side of Venice, they are both onto the damage dealing side. And then Nagi is more the damage dealer, and Silver is more of the tank here. So I don't know
Yeah.
how they will be able to pull this off though.
Let's see what will be happening, but that's the same strategy they're doing from the very beginning. Like in the early
Mm,
phase, they will do the farm, and in the late side, they'll go for the attack. But now in the midway, there is a fight coming in. They managed to reset the red buff. It was obviously the Zilong Silver onto that Zilong who managed to reset that red buff. But for now, you can see that Barbie lagged, went for. I mean, Barbie lagged, went for that. Support to the red buff side. But there is the invasion coming in, and you can see the Zilong went for the Dragon Spear with the Valkyrie Descent comes on. The Vengeance popped up, but there will be the slash on to Yuki with the first burst securing
oh my
by
god.
Rocky. She will not gonna stop. She will go for the hunt. She will carry out the game with a 2-0. One more kill on the board. It will be a 2-0 onto the BO3 series scoreboard as well.
The fact that Silver is also buying out onto the roaming boot says a lot. But hey, they might be able to get one more kill and it will be done for now. And the lack of tankiness coming through for the side of Venus is definitely going to be costing them right. They have no ultimate just yet for Daki here, not even the Inspire, so they have to wait a little bit longer, maybe a minute or so that they will be able to get out onto the last hit right now. But they are not starting it quite well yet. But yeah, you cannot really solo out onto the Freya, right? So it's definitely gonna be a bummer.
Just waiting for it now. One other Valkyrie Decent comes in the way with the
Oh
Dragon Spear.
no!
Oh, it is over for the side of Team Vinith. And it is Team Daddy Chill who will be securing the kill, but they're not stopping. They will be hunting down another one. They want to take down both couples so that they will
Spree.
happily leave after the death, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
Just a fun thing to say, but Daki got the MVP 201 with a 101 set for Silver. They won the game. They went into the semi-finals of Battle of Valentine. What a game comes out from them. I mean, Devi,
Yeah,
I told you this thing. The
yeah,
Khalid Benny and the Zilong Freya. These are the two best combo right now with the hero givens in this Battle of Valentine.
yeah. I like it, man. It's like you cannot actually really do anything with this comp already. You cannot really kill, and even the Freya, it's basically a 2v1. I mean, 2-2-2, but it's basically a solo carry kind of. I mean, like a 1v1 situation for Freya. But I think they really did a good job here. Before we head into the next game, I think we should be taking a break, and we will be coming back for the second game, another best of 3 series.
reaches the battlefield. Smash them.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy STZ with Devi there in the casting deck. We're gonna entertain you all in this battle of Valentine, of prize pool of 15,000, powered by Miko Gaming Official with the sponsor, or in sponsored by none other than Vista Games. We're right now watching the game number two of this quarterfinals, the round of eight, in which a BO3 series will be played by Team Katiki versus 22.4. 22.4 is right now in the blue side, and Team Katiki is in the red.
Yep, Pakateki, they are the latte team here. I'm pretty sure they'll be able to find a bit of a good opening here because they are in a Granger and a Sylvana again. But onto the other side though, Kirby and I find a lot they are just being the a real couple here. That is a Sicilian and a Carmilla. Of course, these two have a bit of a unique passive in game where the protection is usually higher than usual. So let's see how it goes though, because the early game is definitely not gonna be that brutal. Because both of these heroes they need that from, especially the Sicilian, and of course Sicilian usually comes up into the later game. Same goes for Creme Latte onto the Granger, but he comes online much earlier. But look at this, blue buff onto the heads up. I fought a lot and not carry pie. I think he missed out a little bit onto the minions here, but it's definitely gonna be okay right now because they still have a bit of a time. Only 1 minute, 2 minutes of the game. Still, the goal lead is into the hands of the side of 22-24. So, how does it really look? So, a good clearance coming through from both of the teams. Carapine cannot really recall. She have to walk back to the base if she wants her mana to be regenerated. But the Hass's class, no, the Sanguine class kind of miss it out a little bit. But Cream Latte, he's so ready to even throw out the damage here because he doesn't really care. He don't want to get hit with the bat in pack.
Of course, and this Carmilla Sicilian combo, it's actually a good combo. You can actually be in the defensive way with that passive of these two heroes. So there you go, as the bat impact coming in again and again. It's taking out the stacks as well for the Sissi. So do the Granger gonna build up some stack for himself. If I'm not wrong, Katiki is in the red side. Or in the blue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Red. Okay, now even though they are a little bit behind under the farm, they will be able to catch it up because of the amount of gold that they have been taking in the stacks freely given to Creme Latte. Of course, he is definitely going to be having a better chances because that is a Granger we are talking about. And when he have the stacks, he will be able to push out a lot of unlimited bullets here. Talking about unlimited, the timing is not going to be unlimited here. 10 minutes is going to be the decider. Even at least one kill is definitely going to be important. But both of the teams are not ready to go for those kills just yet.
Of course, another Sanguine Claws, and it's just gonna hit out those minions. But there you go. He's going for the zone. He's gonna get the stun onto that Crimson Blood. And you will go back into the safer side for now, but it's like you need a proper setup to go for the fight. Even though it is like you need 3 kills on the scoreboard to get the win, but still, like with a Granger and Sylvana against the Sicilian Carmilla, like you have a little bit less. But Curse of Blood into the action. There is the Bat Fist coming in with the Sanguine Claws connected. Look at the damage being given to 2 of them. Okay, another Bat Impact, the sliver of HP. That Namoa Chalate, he finds his way back. I mean, she finds his way back into the safer side, but Debbie, you can't recall. You need to go back with your foots.
That's one. It's going to be taking a lot of time for that too. This is the reason why it's definitely important that recalls are not allowed, because when you are low, it's going to be taking a lot of your time to walk back to the bases. So you got to be careful. I'm not going to be taking down very low here. Both of the heroes are so much of a late game that the early game is basically a dead one. I fight a lot though. He already have that. He already got the level 5, so he might be able to have a better cooldown. But onto the other side though, Creme Latte just giving out a lot of damages here. Look at that.
Okay, another Sanguine Claws connected. Bat Impact into the wave. Bat Fist as well. But there is the Sylvana who's guarding down that tier 1 into the mid.
They're just doing that for the sake of the poke here, forcing out Kateki to go back to their own base. But the fact that they are still farming says a lot because it means that they are already very, very ready to go for the stacks here, especially into the hands of the Granger right now. Creme Latte will be the one with the damage because given the fact that Moaka Latte is on a tank build with the Sylvana here. But the fact that they are still not starting any fight. Oh, look at that engage though.
Okay, Curse Blood. And he got the stun with the Crimson Blood as
Yeah.
well, but it could have been taken out if a little bit longer. Oh, okay. Bad impact.
Oh,
Flicker. He forced out the flicker there. You can't recall. You can't recall.
yeah, go. You got to move back. Okay, there we go. I don't know, man. But anyway, still, that was a good. You should have walked back to the basement, dude. But then again, there's a bit of a poke coming through onto the side of onto the side of 22-24. But still, they will be able to have a good poke. Look at the damage.
I don't know what the thing is, but he can't recall. So it's over, I think. He
At least.
tormented the rule. He terminated the rule or something like that. He broke the rule down there. They're looking not so yet. I don't know what is the plan from the management at this point, but the Granger do the recall in front of our eyes.
Come on, man. But hey, look at the Sicilian skin, though. It's so good. I've been watching that thing. Creme latte. If you have a bit of a conscience, you might want to have a bit of a surrender button there. Maybe
Not
they
so
do. Maybe they
sure.
know. I think they are aware. I think they are actually aware of what's happening for them. No? Oh no, what's going on?
Okay, they're waiting for it. They went a little bit ahead, so now it will be the Carmela and the Sicilian going for the attack here. The Curse of Blood was already in use, but nothing gonna happen to Crema Latte or Mocha Latte. They went back Katiki at this point.
Uh-huh. The damage coming through from Kirby is definitely already good enough, man. So that is definitely gonna be a deciding factor. Miss Miko will be the one onto the posing side because, of course, we saw how the rules been broken. Creme Latte could have walked back the base perfectly fine, man. Come on, you do not have to recall there, and I'm pretty sure they are all also aware. Yeah, maybe this time this is gonna be the winner, like.
So now it is Team 22.24 who got the free win for that one violation into the rule. You know the rule. You can't take retreat. You can't go for the recall. So if you're doing so, you will be losing out the match. So now that's what happened. Team Mocha Latte no, and Cream Latte, that is Kateki, they went for the violation of the rule. They somehow tormented the rule. So obviously, they will be getting the punishment, and it will be one free point going into the side of team 22.24 without any kills, without any tier damage. They managed to find the win just because you made a mistake.
Exactly. Definitely a good sign for Carapai as I thought a lot because yeah, they were the one actually who were actually having the farm here. So yeah, couldn't you could have decided to be a little bit more careful, Mister. But it's definitely okay because they can learn their lessons. Now we can go for the second game if the rules are actually right? Because it's only gonna be one game, no? Or is it gonna be
Yeah,
the whole best of three?
yeah.
Only one game, right?
I'm not sure about it. I need to. I mean, we need to know about it first. We need to talk with talk with the referees. But what I know, like it might be one
One
set.
all
Yeah,
right?
it's
Yeah,
one
it is.
set. Yeah.
There we go. Let's go again. Game number two. One full game already. One win already for the side of 22-24. And now we're going to be going into the game number two here. I'm pretty sure they will be selecting onto the same choices of the heroes. But I feel like Cecilian and Carmela is a good hero. But it's so late of a hero, right? You don't have that early game damage. But they can make it work because the level lead and the amount of blue that they have taken onto their side is definitely going to be helping them with scaling for the bad impact as well. So, Heiki, what are their choices? Would they go for the same? Yeah, it's going to be Sylvana Granger and Cecile and Carmela again, was it?
or they can go come up with that, like,
Is like
okay,
love.
no change in the plan for
Uh-huh.
both these sides. They're going with the Sissy and
I
Carmela,
have a heart
whereas
of
Team
light. Therefore, I
Katiki,
do
they're
not
going for
fear
that
the
Granger
darkness.
Sylvana combo. So last time, they be like, if you're gonna think the recall wouldn't have been there, what do you think the chances of win for Granger and Sylvana? Because in the late game, we all know Cecilian is a godfather. So he
Uh-huh.
gonna make sure that he gonna give a lot of damage to the Granger as well as the Sylvana. But what if like a proper set comes up from the Sylvana and the Cecilian grabbed in that set?
Oh. I'm pretty sure they'll still be able to live it up because yeah, we're gonna have to wait for that late part. But then the thing is, they are actually able to get out some damage onto
Yeah,
the sealant as well. So maybe there may be a
they
bit
got
of a comeback.
purified.
But yeah, they oh wait, they are on purify here, so no
Yeah.
much of an aggression. So Mokalate will not be having that much of a time. But the thing is, with Purify, you don't have that amount of mobility that you think you can have. So I
5
think
seconds
this
till
time
the
around,
enemy reaches the
Kremlate might be
battlefield.
able to have a better time in shooting them.
All troops
I mean, think
deployed.
about it. Like you have the passive of love, that is, you can bind
Oh
with each
yeah,
other.
true.
You have two purified, so everything, I will say, like they're gonna counter the Sylvana easily with this Cecilian Caramella combo. Granger coming in for the
Yeah.
front, going for this game number 2 at the Battle of Valentine between Team Kataki versus 22.4 and 22-24. I mean, 22.24 has been a lead in this BO3 series. Just one game, Debbie, and then you're
Yep.
into the semifinals of Battle of
Oh,
Valentine, powered by Miko Gaming Official and sponsored by Vista Games. 15,000 of prize pool is waiting for you. Just one game, or are we gonna see a comeback? What do you think?
that's going to be the decider here. But looking at the early game so far, I think the side of Team 22-24 are having a better chance because the clearance is much better for their here. They should try to focus on taking on to the buffs here right now because they are going to be getting zoned away from their own minions wave right now. So 1 minion missed away by Creme Latte, which is definitely not going to give him the stacks that he required. So yeah, goal lead will be better here for the side of 22-24 here. But like you mentioned, late game hero as Sicilian is, so you cannot really go that into the get that way into the very early phases of the game here.
Okay, so in the last game, they made a blunder. That's the reason they're right now in a 1-0 scoreboard. But for this game, they really need to take it on if they really want to go for the third game decider. The first game, Daddy Chill managed to dominate it, dominatingly completing that game with a 2-0 score. So now that's what I believe like team 22.24 will try to do so. But Katiki, they were also so good in that, you know, round of 16. So they will gonna manage to make their comeback. Who knows? As I mentioned, no retreat, no recall, guys, and you have to
Yep.
go with this rule.
You got to be careful with that too. And I think blue buff is definitely going to be important for Karapai here. So they should proceed to try to get it out as well so that they will be able to have an unlimited amount of bad impact that they require for that. Because, of course, stacks is important for both of these damage dealers right now. Mokalate not level 3 4 yet. So they're going to be waiting out just a little bit because, you have to hold it on. Because you cannot really go for the set without the presence of that ultimate right now. So they are waiting it so far. Not much of a damage coming through from both of the sides, but a lot of healings being pressed here. Looking at their position though, they are just trying to take control of their boosters right now. Far a lot being so aggressive and walking out right like that. He knows. He knows that they are not there, right?
Yep. He might know, or he might gonna anticipate it. Okay, they went for the little bit of skirmish, and you can see the
Whoa!
tactic was used as well. The bad impact coming in, but there is the ultimate. But you have a
Oh,
purify. I told you. So
yep.
they're gonna flew out easily with that ultimate of Sylvana. Doesn't
That's
It's not
good.
gonna make them a lot of hindrance.
Very good coming through from the side of 22-24 here. They are waiting it out just a little bit so that they will not be getting caught by that ult at all. Because if they got stunned, it's definitely going to be hurting them quite a lot. But different choice of build onto the suits from Mark Latte when there is boost damage dealers, magic damage dealer. You're going for the warrior, but it's definitely not going to be helping. Could have been a tough boots, right? That would be so much better. But onto the other side, the goal lead is still onto the hands of the side of 22-24, so they will be the one hurting quite much.
course, and now you can see that follow from the Sicilian with the Caramella leading the way to take down the damage. And even though we saw that Imperial Justice
Oh.
coming in once again, but once again they managed to purify it. But look at that Rhapsody into
Oh!
the way. First was secured by none other than Cream Latte. Oh wow, beautifully done by that Rhapsody. He was there. Some
Yep.
kind of Imperial Justice onto that Carmilla. She managed to go for that Purify, but then the Sicilian doesn't manage to go back, as you mentioned about the mobility kind of thing.
Yeah. That's the thing. No flicker, and you're gonna be free hit upon by a Granger, and that is definitely the fate coming true. But here, it was important that C was also bringing the Purify because, of course, without the Purify, you will not be escaping the stuns coming through from the Sylvana. Mokalate, yeah, with the sword cooldown, is able to set up most of the time, and that's definitely gonna be an ultimate that they have to look after. So one kill already across the board for the hands of Kateki. Now they are into the lead. They will be able to have a better time. So it's important that Team 22-24 find one kill.
Okay, 1-0 the score is, and 1-0 the scoreboard in the BO3 series is. Imperial Justice managed to purify it. Now the Bad Impact with the Bad Fist combo comes in with a Curse Blood, binding onto the two people. They might gonna go for the kill. Sanguine Claws once again connected.
Whoa!
Is inside the tier. But now 22.24, they have to stay back. They're not gonna get any kill at this point, but they might gonna go for that tier at this moment. The Rhapsody coming in, the Sanguine Claws in the way. The Granger is trying his best to clear down the minions, but he can't do it. One tier you got into your hand, Debbie. You have
Yeah.
300k gold, 300 goal lead at this point. So you just need one kill.
They need one kill, man. One kill is definitely going to be important for the side of a team 22-24. But the fact that they aren't unable to do that is definitely going to be hurting them. We are already into the 6-minute mark of the game. Just one kill is what it takes for them, and it has to be dependent on what I thought a lot does here. He's definitely going to be needing to go for the setup here. Unfortunately for them, they were setting up on Moakalate, which is a Sylvana, who is very, very tanky too. But hey, look at that Carapai so far. She already gotten the glowing one, which means that the heal and the seal will be lessened down just a bit from Wakalate especially. So once they wanna go for the setup, they will be eventually able to get a kill or so, but you don't have time. You need to be aggressive.
Sanguine Claws once again, but not gonna connect it onto the Granger. Now it's a good idea from the setup team, Kateki, and not Kateki. Yeah, Kateki, because like you have a chance to win this game with the lead of the kills. So you don't care about the tier. If you're not gonna give a
Uh-huh.
single kill to the side of team 22.24, then you're gonna eventually win this game and can come up with the third game decider. So for now, they're playing so safe, and that's the reason you don't need to waste more 8 minutes in this game, and then it's all yours.
That's what they are waiting for here, Sanguine Claws. Look at the jump.
Imperial Justice, and this time there is no Purify though, but they are fighting it out. Rhapsody coming into the way, the Caramella is
Wow.
leading the charge, and then the Sanguine Claws with the Bad Impact, but it's not gonna happen a lot onto the side for Kateki. They will still survive at this point.
Mhm. They're doing so good, man, because they know that they are already ahead onto the kill. They cannot grow aggressive. They are just playing it safe inside their own tower. But the fact that still, it's gonna be necessary for 22-24 to find at least one kill, they know. And they are the one being aggressive, and they should be too. But they cannot really kill onto Moakalate here because C is so tanky. They need at least one more items into the hands of Carapai to dish out that damage. And this is what we were talking about, right? The downside of having a Sicilian, you don't have that early game, and you're gonna be waiting for that next game, the later minutes of the game to start on.
Oh, Imperial Justice in a way, and now he's in a very bad position.
Oh!
Will be taken out with the Death Sonata coming in. I fought a lot. He needs to play it better at this moment. If he gonna go for that set or something like that, he might gonna get caught into a bad hand. Because her
Mhm.
the Sicilian goes down there. So obviously 2-0 the score is, Debbie. Now it's
Yep.
more like team Kateki in a better position.
The thing is, these two are the real couples too, right? Because we could see the affinity as well. That's just why it was kind of exciting to see them battle it out here right now. But I feel like Creme Latte is doing such a good job here. He's been the one actively able to kite away from I fought a lot and try to have a damage done onto Carapai, which is a mate, by the way. You're very, very unsuccessful in joining them away most of the time because of the flickers he doesn't have.
Okay, a little bit of aggression coming out from the side of team 22.24. Look at that. They went inside the tier 2 to get the kill onto Mocha Latte and Cream Latte, but nothing gonna happen. They will play safe at this point. They know that they need more 5 minutes 30 seconds to west, and then you're gonna go for the third game decider. But the minions are marching inside the tier 2. Look at the Caramella leading the way, getting all those damages. The Sanguine Claws connected onto the Granger. He will be staying back at this point. As you mentioned about the Sylvana into the tanky form, she's also absorbing the damages.
Yeah. She's so. She doesn't really care because even with the bad feast, she won't be taken down. And that is the damage so far here. So that's gonna be a surrender button coming through onto the side of 22-24 because they sure know that into the 10 minute of the game they cannot really get 2 kills. Already they had like 10 seconds there. So there we go. We have the first finals into this best of 3 series. Last match. We'll head into another duo. And I'm pretty sure they won't bring the Purify anymore.
I mean, the Purify worked so well, but the main thing was that Sicilian was vulnerable to the position of the Granger. That's the reason Cream Latte and Mocha Latte managed to win this game. They managed to secure that third game decider in this BO3 series, and now it will be a contest between these two teams that who will go to the road of semifinals. Is it team Mocha Latte like Kateki, or is it 22.24? Both are in the same points. And what do you think, Debbie? New heroes, new cards in this third game, or same strategy, same heroes?
I mean, since yesterday, the day before yesterday, Creme Latte and Mocha Latte has been actively playing these heroes, so I think they won't change it out. But you kind of need something with a dive here when you see a Granger. So why not play the Benedetta and the Khalid? Because those two are the best heroes that they could find here. It will be a lot of damage again. Because it's the Benedetta what we're talking about. She's got a lot of damage, and the Khalid with the tankiness also have a lot of damage as well. And I don't know why it's not pick away because it's very important that you have a good heal onto your side as well. But let's see what they're gonna be picking. If they are gonna be sticking for the same one, also it's gonna be fine because especially for Creme Latte, I feel like he's very very comfortable onto this Granger.
Of course. And now it's the time for the game number 3, guys. And look at it.
True love
It will be the same
is the
pick from
path.
Cream Latte, so do from the side of team
Your fate
22.24. They're going with a Sicilian and Caramella combo.
lies
Granger
inside
Sylvana
of
for
the
the third matchup
darkness.
as well, Debbie. It's
Yep.
like the two OG couples playing against each other for the third time.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
one who wins gonna win this game as well as gonna give himself a chance for the semifinals. So let's see
I hope they use.
whose
I
love
hope they
is
use
more
the.
stronger. Whose love
was-
is more stronger and whose love gonna capable to let them into the semifinals.
We're actually waiting for that. I hope that they use the couple skins, man. Could have been an extra point. Oh, wait, there we go. We have both collector onto the side of Mocha Latte as well as the creme latte. But I thought out in Carrot Pie, they are gonna go for the Petrify and the Purify here. So that's another setup. I like it now. This is much better because I don't think I thought a lot needed the Purify here. Come on, for real. Because he will be able to survive all of those onslaughts because into the early stage of the game, the damage will not be there. So let's see. This is the final game of the best of 3 series, and I can't believe we went into this third game here with the same heroes, with the same couples that we have so far. Mid game, mid lane is where the war is going to be brewing in. So let's see what the game plans will be looking like for both of these teams right now.
Okay, Battle of Valentine, guys. This is powered by Miko Gaming Official and sponsored by Vista Games. You're right now watching the quarterfinals round of 8, in
Oh,
which the two teams are taking again each other for the third time. This win gonna contribute their position into the semifinals. So everything is right now in chows for both each sides. So let's see who's gonna take it on. But as you can see that the Rhapsody once again coming in.
Yeah,
This time the Caramelize on a Petrify.
that's what I like it. Because the Petrify with the Cursed Blood combination is definitely going to be favoring them here. So it's important that they have that early damages as well because the Petrify deals out a bit of a true damage too. And that is a magic damage. And that will be coming in favor for the side of 22-24 here because we can see into the previous game, right? Both of them were on Purify. And there wasn't a follow-up damage that they could find even with the Cursed Blood landing onto them. Morkalate will be so tanky. Creme Latte will not be getting caught. He have the flicker and the dash, and that's definitely saving him his life quite a lot here. So this time around, if they are able to get a setup, look at that though.
Okay, a little bit of fight coming in. Flicker used
Oh,
from Sylvana. She managed to win back in a perfect timing. Otherwise, she could have taken out at this point. And again, a sustained defensive kind of play has been taken out by both these sides. But at the same time, they need a kill. 3 kills on the board, 10 minutes to west, or maybe tears in your way. All these things, if you're gonna capture it out in this game number 3, then you will be the winner. So let's see who will be having the first blood. Whom do you think, Debbie, this time also? Like previously in the first game, it was because of the recall, we couldn't see the first blood. In the second game,
yeah.
it was all cream latte with the Granger. But this time, do you think again cream latte or maybe Kirpai
Mm.
with the first blood?
I don't think Sicilian can take the first blood because he's gonna be lacking out the damages into the few 5 minutes of the game. He's so dependent on the late game. But the last hit potential coming through from Kremlin is definitely gonna be out there, so they're gonna have to wait a little bit for that too. But then again, I find a lot is now onto the Petrify here. If he have the level 4 and set up good, then the combination can come through with Carapai with the Sicilian as well. So that's where the damage will be coming in handy. But they have to be careful because if you compare a Sicilian and a Granger damage into the early stages of the game, the Granger will be hurting more. So yeah, the Granger will be having a better chances in killing one.
Of course, now the fight once again coming in with the bat impact and the bat fist in the ways. She's managing to give out the damage with the Death Sonata, but there's nothing gonna happen with it. Once again, Sylvana managed to go back with the safer side, but now it is team 22.24 were looking so aggressive, Debbie.
Yeah. They've been aggressive since the start here, but then again, they weren't able to find the kill because of the heroes that they have so far, no much of a damage or a bursty composition that they can find right there. But now I think even Creme Latte is farming here, he is already level 6 and the goal is higher onto his hands too, but then again, Mokalade, if she have the ult here, if she find a right targeting, especially on the Kalpai, they'll be able to get a kill there because the stun and the damages is enough of a Sylvana too. And yeah, that decision, they have to wait for the cursed blood to be on cooldown here because if the cursed blood is there, the set will be a turn around for them because I thought a lot will be going for the backward set too.
Of course. And now once again the bad impact with a bad fist combo, but nothing gonna happen. For sure, they're taking up the fights. They're using those ultimates of Camilla and Cecilian, but nothing is happening to them. Even the
Mm,
petrify, like you went for the petrify so that when the Imperial Justice will be used on you, you might gonna go for that petrify combo, and you might gonna give some
yep.
damages to that Sylvana. That's the reason you went for that spell. But at the same time, the Sylvana is getting tanky, so she's not gonna get affected much by the Sanguine Claws or that impact because you just need two things, Debbie. You just need the
Mhm.
Radiant, you just need that
Yeah.
Athena, and for the Granger, he needs that Rose Gold. Then you're totally gonna play safe against this magic combo.
There's not much of an aggression just yet here from the side of Kateki because they know that if they are going for that, the Curse of Blood will be available with the fire. They're going to be re-engaged upon instead. And the fact that Creme Latte is so careful because he hasn't been taking any of the kills, he hasn't been taking any of those shots yet, just says a lot about his position too. And I think now Karapai and I thought a lot when they have to be very aware of their positioning so far because they are on the other side. Mokalate, if she's able to find one jump, it will be so good here.
Yeah, let's see, let's see. Okay, Imperial
Ah,
Justice into the way, but this time the Petrify gonna work. She doesn't have the flicker. Morchalati, can she go back? Sacred Claws connected. Oh, okay, the bat impact as well. First blood secured by none other than Kirpai. As I told you, it might be a chance that this Petrify gonna work when the
yep.
Imperial Justice gonna come up, and at the same time, the damage dealer gonna burst out the magic damage onto the Sylvana. That's what happens. The first blood secured, and now Team 22.24 is in a better position, Debbie.
Yeah, finally looking good for them here. But the fact that still the jump was onto the I thought a lot rather than onto Carapai just because of the presence of the Purify says a lot about the setups here. And the fact that even if they jumped onto Carapai here, I thought a lot will be there to save her. And that's not really good. Going to be a good sign coming through for the side of Kateki now. They need to find one kill, especially onto the side onto Carapai here. But she's very, very ahead onto the goal, and the damages that she's already had is definitely going to be enough to take anyone down.
Of course, and now once again they're going for the fight. There is the Bat Fist coming in. So to the Granger going for the Death Sonata. Is giving out the Rhapsody's damage as well, but it will nothing gonna giving out to the casualty side. Carmilla and the Granger will be fine. I mean, Carmilla and the Cecilian will be fine.
They kind of need to have that Radiant or the Winter Truncheon onto the hands of Mortality so that she will be able to get the Tinkiness in. When the jump lands on, she can use the Winter Truncheon to be untargetable, and they will be able to have an escape mechanism also, even if the jump went wrong. So that build is definitely going to be important here. But the fact that Karapai and Ifalo are just, not caring anymore because they are already one kill ahead, and if they drag this game to the 10th minute of the game, they will surely be able to win it out, and they are just waiting. But for the side of Kateki, they got to be a little bit more careful. Even if they have the damages, they don't have that opening.
Of course. Let's see, let's see. Like, for now, it is Team Katiki who are not in a better position. It is 22.24 just because of that one kill. They're just
Mm,
waiting for more 2 minutes, Debbie, and it will be over.
yeah,
So it's like you're
yeah.
just gonna waste down the 2 minutes, and you're gonna take on the game number three for yourself, and the whole set for yourself as well. 2-1 will be the score. You will be racing into the semi-finals. Another Imperial Justice, Petrify, Curse Blood, everything into the way, and they will be going for the Bat Feast, Bat Impact combo. Nothing gonna happen. They will just clear out the minions. More 1 minute and 40 seconds, Debbie. Do
Yeah,
you think that there will be a kill from Katiki?
that's what I'm waiting for, man. But it looks so bad now. They won't be. Oh, look at the damage, Flicker.
Okay, there is the swirling sword here from the Sylvana. Sanguine Claws connected. Ranger needs to go back. And like, this is the waste of the time. When you're going back
Uh,
for the base to get some health for yourself, you're wasting your time. And the
yeah,
ticking
that's
of the
what.
clock is near to your defeat.
1 minute, man, 1 minute. Will they be able to get those two kills? It is very it's not gonna be there anymore, I presume, because the fact that still they don't have damage into the hands of the Grander will be hurting them quite a lot here. Because Blood, though, with a setup just with a tease, because I felt like Pie and I Fire Lord, they know that this game has already been in their bag. Because even if Creme Latte get a kill onto them, the goal lead is into their hands, so they are the definite winner at this point.
30 seconds, and now they're going for the Gratian Imperial Justice into the way. It will be the Bat Impact Bash Fish combo. They went for the Sicilian, but they hunt down that
Uh,
Carmilla, but couldn't manage to pierce the damage onto the Carmilla for the kill. And now you use your ultimate, you reuse your resources. The Sanguine Claws into the way for the Sicilian is just 10 seconds
it's
more,
over.
Debbie.
Yep. They cannot really pull this off. This is gonna be the end, and we have the winner, I'm presume, is definitely going to be Carapai, and I thought a lot beat the chains up onto the spells. That is a very good sign that we have seen right now. So the next who's heading into the semi-finals, it's going to be 22, Team 22-24. I'm pretty sure it's their 8, no? Maybe, just maybe. Oh, they're just waiting, man.
That's what happening. The size concert defeat, it does mean that Team Kateki are out from the tournament with 22.24, grabbing the slot into the semi-final. Just one recall, Debbie. It
Yep.
could have been like Kateki could have won that first game and could have taken on with
Yeah.
the 2-0 clean sweep, but that one recall, it cost them the whole tournament. They played so well throughout the tournament. Hard luck for them. Might gonna come back stronger in the next battlefield of Valentine, but it is what it is. The winner takes it all, and the winner is Team 22.24. Congratulations, guys, for grabbing that slot into the semifinals with a, I'll say, with a proper planning kind of victory. They got one kill, they played safe, and that's
Yep.
it. They won the match.
They won the match. Definitely worth saying here. Definitely a good pick at the coming turn to the hands of Carapaw as well as I thought a lot. Changing up into the spell will be changing up onto your damage, and that's what they are falling in for right now. The better couple wins, so this is gonna be the second team that's heading into the semifinals. So let's head into the next game again. But before that, let us take a bit of a break.
Yep. Yep. And let's see. Like at this point, both these sides really need to take on 3 kills to get that win. And it is more like, I believe it is more like Team Wannabes because they do have the Benedetta, and you all know like
Yeah.
Benedetta is kind of have more chance to take on the kills. That too on the onto
Mm.
the Louis, but at the same time, look at the Yuzong. He's guarding down that Louis from the very beginning. Vishal is kind of the keeper, kind of the knight who is currently standing in front of a girl.
Yep. That's right, man. And that's the power of Yuzong into the early phases of the game. You cannot really do anything against him. He's definitely gonna be able to show you how much power that he has so far. And they're just trying to draw them away as well from their own minions too. And that says a lot because now Isidore will actually be already level 6 while Numi is still down to level 5. And when they have the pretty fight, they will be able to change up a lot of scenarios here. But yeah, they need to find the right targeting here. Esther will be the one who they are gonna be focusing on. But the fact that Visa is always in front of them kind of make it harder for them to target her.
Of course, and there you go, like poking down in the mid. Both these sides are trying their best to clear out the minions, but at this point, they're taking on the damage onto the tier. So if the score will be 0-0, we're gonna look after the tier damage, and you just have 5 minutes more in the Land of Dawn. And there you go. After the 5 minutes mark done, the gold shield has been taken away from the outer tiers. For now, if they will be giving a little bit of damage onto that mid tier one of the side for wannabes, and then they will play safe, then it will be
Mhm.
team, like Chuddy Chore who gonna take on the first game for them.
That's what they are waiting for here, but Numi in a
Numi?
good position to try to go for a bit of a flank here. So you have the Petrify and the ultimate, right? They are not aware. Visal might. No, he's not spotting him out.
Petrify with that electro final ball.
Oh
Numi
my
went for
god.
the skirmish. Finds 2 kills. Not only that, and now she will be going for the tier 1 with her man. And there you go. In just a inch of seconds, or you can say in just a time, they managed to secure 2 kills with a tier. Everything got changed, Debbie, for the side
Yeah.
of Chadichor.
The power of the Benedetta, like we already said, that is a big of a dive that can come through here. I'm pretty sure, and Asidir wasn't aware that Minumi would have been there, and I was so sure that Vissal would have checked onto that boost, but he didn't. If he had, it could have been a very, very beneficial one for their side. But hey, 2 that's down already in the 6th minute of the game. Will they be able to take it? That's gonna be the question here. And on top of it all, they are definitely gonna have to take at least 1 turret down as well if they want to have a good win too, unless they want to go for that 3 kills directly. But hey, they're gonna be waiting for the Bertify to come back again for Mochi and Numi as well. They are protecting under this turret here. It's gonna be very, very important that Esidir and Visal they take 1 kill at least, but then again they will be still losing it now if they don't.
Okay, rotation, dispersion, everything into the way. Duality comes in the form as well. That will be the Khalid getting down. Double Petri. Is he gonna go for that kill? No, he will be going back at this point. Vishal went for the retaliation, went for the attack, got 1 kill, and the tier 1 as well. Lumi goes back at this point. And that's the thing, like with the Benedetta, you really don't need a recall to go back into the
Yeah.
base, Debbie.
That's the fast movement of Benedetta. We are talking about 1 more kills is all going to be taking for them to have a good win here. They still have time, at least 3.5 minutes of the game, but now for one of these, they can be very, very careful. They don't really need to be that aggressive. They can be careful. They can stick to their own turrets as long as possible, but then they cannot really go for that aggression here right now because they are the one actually under the winning side. They have they don't have the goal per se, but if Visal have a good set and get 1 kill, the winner will actually be the side of Chadichor, so they cannot really risk dying here.
Yep. And 2-1. The score is at the moment Numi was literally hiding the bush, was not assumed by Vishal and SDR, and that was the reason the electro final bow with the petrified. Then the follow-up comes up, and now okay, SDR in a very bad position, might gonna take it out, went for the diversion. Can she go back? No,
What?
Numi falls down though. Oh, what just happened, SDR? It was not a diversion, it was just the rotation and the dispersion, that duality you can talk about. And now it is 2-2
Yeah,
with tier falling down from each side. But if you're going to talk about the tier damage, it is Chadi Chore. We're having a good lead. And
yeah.
you have just 1 minute and 20 seconds, Debbie.
That's what we're talking about. 2-2 is the score. And if we are gonna have to go into the 10 minutes of the game, the goal is more in favor for the side of Chadi Tours here. What a turnabout of events! It could have been avoided so much well, so much better, but how did SDR survive that combination? The Petrify was on point, the Sword in 10 was on point as well, but then how did she not die? That was a good reaction coming through from the Louise there.
And now the minion flows are a little bit high because you have that position at this moment in the map in which Yuzong will be guarding down easily. You need to
Yeah.
reach out the Louis, and the Louis doesn't have a flicker at this point, but still, the Benedetta and the Khalid, they do have their ultimates. They went for the fight at this point. Khalid in a very bad position. The Sandguard has been already used as a tornado comes in the way. SDF
Uh,
fight the tail. It will be the end for the side of Team Wannabes because Team Chadichor secure the first win in this BO3 series with a blow into the heart of Team Wannabes.
That was amazingly well done for the side of Tadicho here. They were sure that they would be able to take it out. So that said, Lord, about the aggression coming through from Visal as well. And now we're gonna be heading into the game number 2 though, because we don't really know. This is not the end, right? This is gonna be just the game number 1, and we are in the best of 3 series. And I feel like still for Wannabes, they did a really, really good job, though. They were playing it so well. But the fact that we saw onto the Yusong was so hard to kill does a lot for the team. And yeah, still, they will be able to get one more chance here because now we have to head into game number 2 as well. And I feel like they will be still picking up the same heroes.
Let's see. Like the Yuzong Louis, that was the combo.
Yusong
They
Louis.
used it in the last game as well. They used it in this round of 8 as well in the first game. But from the team Numi, okay, they will be going for the same combo. That is the Benedetta Khalid, and we might gonna see that Yuzong Louis once again coming in. But that was a time 2-0, Debbie, if you remember, for
Mm.
Numi's side. And then what just happened? It is the Yuzong and the Louis happened there. They went inside the tier, find one kill, and then Numi tried for another chance to go on to the SDR. She falls down there. Sustain that absorb from the Louis was insane at that point, I'll say.
Yeah. It was so cute to see them matching out into their skins as well. I'm a sucker for these matching couple of skins, man. This is the point of Valentines, right? Yeah, you wanna use out a bit of a similar style heroes, but they won it out. They won it out with the collector skin. So let's see how they will be able to win it out with the exorcist now for the hands of the Yuzong here. We saw he is so amazing onto the Yuzong, and I feel like Esther is also good onto the way. See, he was able to get the good positioning here. So let's see what this is gonna be looking like here because game number 2 is definitely gonna be important for the side of Wannabes to win it out because they do not want to go away with a clean sweep, and we are waiting for the third semi-finals winner. I mean, the third winners of the quarterfinals, and this might be actually done. But still, Numi onto the Benedetta and Moti onto the Khalid. They might eventually have a good and better game plan because they are both dive heroes.
Okay, let's go for the game number 2. It is really a raunchy one for both these sides because this is the match point for the side of Chadishore and
Mhm.
Numi's team. Wannabes, they really need a win at this point if they're gonna take this game
Oh.
into the third game, just like the Katiki and 22.24. But for now,
Yeah.
the Dragon and the Louis are playing out of the front. They're giving all the damage. They do have the confidence because they won the first game, and now they just need the second one. This is the Battle of Valentine, guys, powered by Miko Gaming Official and sponsored by Vista Games. You're right now watching the game number 3, the BO3 series. The winner will be
Mhm.
going into the semifinals, and team Chaddi Choran in a good position. They got one lead in this BO3 series so far.
They're just doing so well into the other side of the game, especially into the hands of Visal here because he's doing what he was doing to that first game too, just trying to not give anyone let anyone into their uh near their minions so that they will not be getting froze upon. Because if we talk about the range, Benedetta doesn't have that much of range that cannot put her. That does not. That really cause her to lose a bit of an HP there, and you do not really want to do that. Meanwhile, for a lower, you can hit from afar, and that is definitely going to be better for their side, so they cannot really freeze it out. If we talk about freezing, it should be better for the side of Basal and LSS there to be the one freezing it, but they don't want to do that. They want that aggression into the early phases of the game.
This time you can't go with the same setup as well. Last time Vishal was not anticipating the bush. He was not
Yeah,
taking down the bush, but this time he will be more like, more gonna
aware.
be in that aware and gonna get into that bush to check down Numi there because
Mhm.
you cannot repeat the same strategy for two times.
That's what they're waiting for here. So it's gonna be dependent on whether if Moti is the one who flanks or if Numi is the one who flanks. But then again, I would like if Moti is the one who go for the flank, right? He is still onto the petrify. So if he uses passive to jump in near them and get the petrify on and make way for Numi to come through, and I think that could be a better sign here. Look at that.
Went down back there with an eye for an eye, and it was not a good move from Vishal, I will say. Two petrifies, in their hand of Team Wannabes, and you went inside the tier. You got down there in the hand of Numi.
Yeah, you got to be careful there. You cannot really do that. 245 is a big of a combination already and a lot of magic damages. And if SDR was able to land out at least one dispersion and the yin yang reaction, that could have been so much better for their side here right now. But they are not doing anything here just yet because even with the range that they have so far, they cannot really do anything because now they are one that's down the drain. And even if they go for those engages, they might not be able to kill them just yet because Moti, he will be level 4 in no time, and they're keeping their distance. They don't want to get hit with the dispersion most of the time because if they do, they know that they will be put in a reaction, and that will be poking them quite a lot, and you do not want to get poked.
Okay, an eye for an eye once again goes in to clear down the minions. They're playing safe at this point. They know they do have one kill into their scoreboard, so you just have to waste the time for 6 minute mark. Double petrify goes in Vishal, giving a lot of damage. Spellbam comes
Whoa!
in. There's the Dragon coming in. Numi goes
Oh,
down with a
jeez.
duality coming in. There is the first. Mochi falls down as well. Vishal,
Wow.
Asbir finds 2 kills for the side of Chadichor, and now they will go inside the tier 1 to secure their structure as well. Team Numi needs 2 kills to win, and Team Chadichor, they just need 1 kill for the win.
That, that's what we're talking about here. The good setup coming through from the dragon. Vishal hasn't been, you know, disappointing us at all because the way that he's always going in for the setup when he knows where their position was amazingly well done because that petrify set on the two of the members was definitely on point there. Multi though, he will have to walk away because the damage from their Sara schedule is definitely gonna be good enough to take him down if he stays in that place quite a lot. The joining coming through from Asdir as well, they are unable to go anywhere near, and like you said, Ash, she cannot, for Numi, she cannot really do the thing that she did into the previous game, like flanking from the backside, because now Visal and SDR, they are so aware. They are just trying to hold on to the position of those bushes as long as possible.
Of course. And now Team Mochi. Team Numi and Mochi, that is the wannabes. They're looking for that proper setup. If they can grab up 2 kills simultaneously,
Mhm.
Debbie, they'll just finish the
Mhm.
game. But if they will lose it out, like not a proper set, and the gamble will be on to them, they're gonna
Yeah,
lose out the game as well. So it's more like they are in the pressure at this point. So, but look at Numi. She's going for the same set here, SDR. Not aware of Numi there in the bush. Vishal, is he gonna go for that? Zone.
they know it. They know she's there. Look at that.
Okay, she went for the fight, but now the Black Dragon emerges. Numi in a very bad. Okay, the spellweb comes in, and with this, Chadi Chor, the winner of this BO3 series, grab up the win, went to the semi-final, not stopping around. They will be avenging down Mochi for that first blood onto the dragon. Team Chadi Chor dominated the set to get into the semi-finals with a 2-0 clean sweep. Ladies and gentlemen, Chadi Chor, your third semi-finalist.
Yeah, that's what we have right now. A perfect clean sweep out of the game, and that is where we're going to be heading into the game number 4 again. But amazingly, well done from Visal and DS there. That was an amazing setup coming through from Visal. Amazing turn of events, and that is the Yuzong that we are talking about. And finally, we can see the Yuzong and the Louis being dominating against a hero who supposedly should be winning because that is a Benedetta and a Kali combination. They should have won in here, but then again, they decided to go for the Petrify combination, both of them. But we'll get there someday. But yeah, that was a good game that we had so far. Before we head into the final best of 3 of the game, let us take a short break and we will come back for that.
Hello, once again, ladies and gentlemen. You're back into the Battle of Valentine 2026, powered by Miko Gaming Official and sponsored by Vista Games. A 15,000 of prize pool of tournament. You're right now watching the fourth VO3 in which Team Shredded Duo are going against Kushi Merji. Kushi Merji are right now in the red side with Shredded Duo in the blue. And they're gonna fight for that last slot into the semi-final. We just saw. Oh, what just happened? Lancelot
Oh,
with the blow with the puncture. He went in there. He finds the kill with the Throne Rose. That's it. The first blood in just 40 seconds of the time, Debbie.
yeah, this is. I'm excited to see this one because this is an assassin and a mage combination. No tank, thank goodness. And now we can see that there's a lot of damage already coming through here. Moon, he's trying to go in, but that is a settle. He's able to dodge away the damages from Boogie Woogie here. And you know what? That blue Nova from. That is why it's so hard to lane Odette into these laning phases here because of the jumping passive that he usually put people with.
Okay, this time Chibi in a very bad position. Might gonna take it out. The quad shadow used as well. Slate happened to Chibi, and now they're going for the double. Puncture comes in. The lance goes back. Boogie Woogie, can he go back? The flicker comes in there with the umbrella. The flicker from the lance as well. Beautifully dodging out that umbrella attack from the Kagura. What a game it is! It's the game of assassins. It's the game of the mages. This game is gonna be my favorite one, I will tell you. Like, both of my favorite heroes are right now in the hand of the boys, and the girls are so powerful with their mages as well. I mean,
That's odd.
this is the real game, I'll tell you, in this Battle of Valentine so far.
We were waiting for this, right? We were actually waiting for this kind of pair up here. It was actually already boring to see all the same thing and damage kind of lineup, and now we see both of the damage dealers coming together in one place. And this is definitely going to be a good sign to see the least because, early game is definitely going to be important because this is an assassin and a mage, and the one with the more damage will be having the more fun here this time around. None of the heroes are level 4 just yet. Both of the assassins, of course, they will be focusing on taking out the blue here. It's definitely important for the mages to get the level 4 as well. Good positioning from Euphoria though.
Ooh,
Oh,
he missed the
Moon.
quad shadow there.
Yeah.
What if it could have connected onto Chibi? Chibi could have gone down because he doesn't have the level 4, the Swan Dance. He's missing it out. But Debbie, like, first this team managed to take out Chibi's friend, that is Sonia, and now it is
Oh,
Chibi's turn. So they are like hunting down the friend. Squad shadow connected with the Wii shadow kill coming in. There is the Swan Dance that is up top with a flicker as well. The Lancelot goes in with a puncture. He does not have the Phantom execution. Okay, he doesn't have the Throne Rose. He does have that Phantom execution. He went for the execution. He find it. The Throne Rose comes in, but there will be the revenge for his goal. And not only the revenge, he finds the third kill as well. This is the Hayabusa. Easy for Moon, who finds double kill onto Chibi and completed the game, completed the set for himself. The first win goes to the side of Team Shredded Duo.
this is the shortest game that we have for today because, of course, 2 assassins, 2 mages. The damage is definitely going to be pouring in. And yeah, what a good job done by Moon as well. He was able to grab 3 kills already without even having the builds that he needed to go for. The Fury Hammer, definitely enough to take anyone down, of course. They had damages, but they are very squishy. And the way that he was able to land out the Shadow, perfectly well done. I think they will not be changing their heroes. Let's go for the Lancelot and the Hayabusa again. Thank you.
I can't believe why Chibi should have been there. Like, she went to protect her boy, but at that time the Hayabusa was in a killing mood, I'll say, with a ripping mood, I will say, because he was literally went for that Lancey. Lancey went in a little bit aggressive for that Kagura's kill, but then he falls down. Then one more kill you need to win, so the Hayabusa just goes in, finds the kill on to Chibi, and then go on. Moon and Euphoria with the win. They managed to take down Sonia first, and now it's the time for the second bestie.
We'll see now how it goes. Again, you know what? Use the couple skins at this point. There will be much more of a power spike here for their side. Yeah, there we go. They have Valentine skins, so why not make use of it? But onto the other side though, yeah, the Hayabusa and the Kagura will be coming through yet again. The damages are gonna be very, very important. That previous game was so short that I'm pretty sure we could have been to that first match if it was different one there too. But now we have both damages again. No no tank, no one to go for the late game. It's definitely gonna be direct early game plays that we are talking about here. Execute onto the hands of Moon, which helped him kill them a lot. So this time around, it might not be different.
To Mobile
Game
Legends!
number 2 in the Battle of Valentine, guys. You're watching right now. It's between Team Straight Door
5
versus
seconds till
Kusimerji.
the enemy
Kusimerji
reaches the
are in a
battlefield.
deficit of
Smash
1 point.
them!
They need this game for to take it on
Ultimate
to the third game
support!
decider. They really want that spot onto the semifinals. We have 3 semifinalists already into our hand. It is
Mm-hmm.
Team Daddy Chill. Then we have, if I'm not wrong, the team of Chadi Chor.
22, 24.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
22.24, and now the fourth name will be added there. Who it will be? Euphoria and Moon, or it will be Team Kushi Merji. Okay, there is the puncture. The Throne Rose comes in. Quad Shadow connected, but Hayabusa goes back. He doesn't have the level 2 mark, but Boogie Oogie,
Yeah.
he does have the level 2.
The fact that he got the shadow first rather than the shurikens, he just want to have that poke here. But it's definitely going to be important for him to get out the damages here. But TB is already level 2, so the stun is definitely going to be what he's going to be waiting for here. It's important that when you play an Odette, you might want to you might want to activate your passive as much as possible so that you have to jolt away. There's a lot of damage coming through from Boogie Woogie already, but he's going to be missing out to the dance just because of Moon's shadow that made him dodge just a little bit here. Now, finally, it's looking like a slow game, a bit one of that too. But when the level 4 starts, everyone will start, going for all those kills again.
The aggression in the last game was totally insane, but now, okay, they want to go
Wow.
for Euphoria here, but Chibi and Boogie Woogie makes their mind back into the safer side at this point. They will go for that blue buff without the retribution, like the Lancelot, Hayabusa. I'll say like the Lancelot will have not more chance to take the blue easily. But couple power, Debbie. The girls
Yep.
are helping the boys to take down the blue buff.
That's what we're waiting for, man. Hey, wait, it's actually Euphoria who took the blue buff. Now, I mean, Hayabusa doesn't really require that much of a blue buff here, but still, he might need a bit of a penetration or amount of reason there. But Shadow landing, not level 4 just yet, but that's a good poke.
Okay, that was a nice one, but the stun comes in the way as well. I thought Boogie Woogie might gonna go for that Phantom Execution, but this time he's not so aggressive, just like the last
Yeah.
one. He went inside the tier, falls down there, but for now, Euphoria, she needs the health though, but she gonna guard out the tiers as well.
It's definitely gonna be okay for her because you have ways to escape here. Look at this.
Flicker, puncture, Phantom Execution, got the damage from the tier and got down as well. First blood, Euphoria! You went inside the tier, that too under the 5 minutes mark. You're gonna get more damage in the jungle area. You should aware of it. That's what happened. You used all your skills. You can't retaliate back, and that's the reason he falls down.
That was actually a very fast maneuver coming through from Euphoria as well. This is the reason why Kagura is usually an anti-dive hero because he cannot really dive her, especially when she brings out the flicker and the umbrella, the rush. The rest of umbrella always going to be available on time for her, and the fact that she always have a shield as well will be providing a little bit of a tankiness too. And now we can see it's definitely hurting Boogie Woogie. Now he's the one with the deaths, and they need to try to equalize this one as fast as possible. Level 4 finally for Chibi now. They can go for some damages if they want to. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. They won't be stalling here. There was a good engage coming through from Chibi, but he cannot really go for the swan song. As I said, if you don't know where Moon is, because he's farming quite a lot, he's already level 5, but Boogie Woogie is already level 6, so that is a good deal of a timing that we have seen so far right now. Euphoria kind of aware where Chibi is gonna be. She's already level 5, which is a good sign. They're playing a little bit of a slow. They're trying to not be that aggressive because they know that the game can end anytime soon, especially when it is in favor for the side of Euphoria and Moon. So they are kind of waiting it for that too. But that's a bit of a puncture with a lot of damage coming through from Boogie Woogie. He had the stacks, I presume, 4 stacks.
I mean, Chibi just need a proper setup with that stun. Then she can go for the swan dance and can easily take down 2 of them that she is waiting for, and so do easy for Moon as well. I mean, he's waiting
Yeah.
for that proper setup with his core shadow, and then he can
Mhm.
go come up with the combo, the quad shadow and the Oogie shadow kill. So he need that stack. He went in though, but he doesn't gonna find the quad shadow connecting on the Boogie. Oogie comes back as well without any casualties. At this point, 1-0 the score is. And it's just 4 minutes. Puncture comes in. He went for the
Oh,
Throne
nice
Rose.
dodge.
He's going for the fight. He does have the Purify with the inbuilt Purify. And there you go. The Umbrella attack comes in there. Phantom Execution. He goes in with a Puncture. Throne Rose as well. He's getting the cheer damage. Oh, just
What?
1 inch of health. Boogie Oogie survives.
Boogie Boogie. That was a very, very. I don't know if it's a calculated move or not. Constantly diving onto Euphoria is definitely not going to be a good sign. But TB now, she have the Blood Wings that will be helping her to go for the a bit of an extra protection here if the full combination comes from Euphoria, who surprisingly is on a Warcry with that much, with not much of a damage here. So she's kind of going to be needing a bit of an item here so far. But easy for Moon. He still have the shadow kill, so he can go for the engage if he wanted to, but miss out onto the shadow yet again. Not really a good sign.
Hey, Chibi.
Oh my god. Okay.
Use the ultimate for that thing, and like it does have a bigger cooldown as well. So obviously, like, no. Okay, there is the attack. There is the aggression from the side of
Oh, it's
team.
good.
Straight into Oogie Shadow Kill comes in the way. 2 man down. I mean, 2 down for the side of team. Shredded duo, not the shredded duo, Kushi Mergy at this point. They got 2 kills in their hands. Shredded duo. 2 times it is Boogie Oogie, and I can see, I can imagine the reaction from Chibi at this point is just like the skin. When the defeat happens, the Odin gets angry on Lance. That's after the reaction from Chibi at this point.
Totally. And now TV, she doesn't really have this one song just yet, but now that she cannot really go for the engage still because Euphoria, she have a lot of tags and she can survive any kind of onslaught that's been given on to her. Shadow actually missing on again for Moon. They don't really want to go for that aggression just yet, but he does have the shadow kill.
7 minutes mark. Okay, there is the Swan Dance comes in, and it's
Oh,
this is
okay.
the time for Moon to falls down. 1 kill into the boat for the side of team. Straight duo, and now it's just Euphoria solo in the lane, in the mid lane, and the tier will be falling down. She can't come into the front way. The Lancelot is still present. The minions waves is coming in. She doesn't have the ultimate as well. She doesn't have the flicker, so she's kind of vulnerable. But the Lance and the Co will go back without any aggression at this point.
Red team turret has been
Now that
destroyed.
Moon is back, he will be able to take out under the buffs that he's required here. It's gonna be dependent on how he lands the shadow or not, because if he cannot land the shadow again and again, that is definitely not gonna be a good sign here right now. Because for TB and Boogie Woogie, they're in a good position here. Look at that.
Chibi, she was a little bit aggressive at the point. She went for the zone. That's the fun thing. Like Odin,
Mhm.
you were not Odin, but you're going for the zoning. And the Lancelot is still in the back. And I believe like the time was enough for the Lance to go back to get some health, but he literally went for the grip HP. But then the Phantom Execution, he went in with a puncture. Throne Rose comes in as well. There is the Umbrella play. Flicker popped up for the Lance as well. The Swan Dance, Euphoria. She somehow managed to back into the Zephyr trap. And the score will be still 2-1 with a tier 2 in a vulnerable position for the side of Team Straight Duo at this moment. But they do have the 1 kill lead. And there's just
Oh.
1 minute and 30 seconds more. But look at the Lancey making sure that Easy for Moon will get executed down by himself. 2-2 the score is. They got the tier advantage, Debbie. Now
Yeah.
you just need 1 kill in this 1 minute and 10 seconds. Otherwise, we are heading into the third game.
We should be heading into the third game if this is gonna be going on for a long, long time and easy for Moon. Not making it easy for his team as well, for Euphoria especially. She have the damages, but she isn't able to land onto the Indian overturns most of the time because of the amount of crowd control, the amount of purifies that they have so far. They are able to dodge it out so far, but hey, look at the engage though.
Okay, they went for the aggression. They know like we need 1 kill now. We cannot defense
Yeah,
and stand
both.
back. But for Chibi and Boogie Oogie, I'll tell you like you should stay in backside. Like you have the tier advantage at this
Yeah.
point. So stay happily in the backside. Just play defensively. Boogie Oogie is standing there. The Throne Rose comes in. He used the puncture with the help of the minions. Now the Boogie Shadow Kill has just got not connected onto the Lancey. That was the main reason. But from behind, Chibi went for the attack. Haya going 1v1 at this point. The Quad Shadow. He does have the execution. No. He got the damage from the tier. He doesn't have the execution. I'm
30
sorry for
seconds.
that. But A lot of resources burnt out. 10-second mark, Debbie. Everything over
Mhm.
on the side of Euphoria and Easy for Moon, I believe.
I feel like this game the girls carried a lot, man. It's not the boys this time, it's actually the girls who did everything in that point. And I'm pretty sure they will be able to win it out also. So there we go. We're gonna be heading into the game number 3 here. 1-1 is the score, but with the damages so far, and we really, really are working it out. The turret damage is, deleting the turret, taking away the turrets was amazingly well decided by the side of um,
Sure.
TB and Boogie Woogie. And now, final game. I think they will go for the same heroes, man.
Of course, and this is the thing, like the first game was 2-0, the second game was 2-1, then the third game got 2-0 again. The pattern is totally clear for this quarterfinals at this moment. Daddy Chill 22.24, and then we saw Chuddy Chore as well. But now the last hunt for that last spot into the semi-final is still going on. The Rumble is here, and this time the Rumble will be taking into the third game decided, the Heaven's Call. Both the teams are ready for it. It will be the Lancy Audit versus Haya Kagura. And this time I believe like Easy for Moon could have like wait for the perfect moment, take on the kill, but he was a little bit greedy or overextensive kind of thing.
Totally. And I think the girls really carried the game here for today, especially Chibi doing a really good job with the sets that she have so far. Most of the time you want to build out in this, department here when you are against an assassin. And so far Moon with the execute as well will, he will be able to get out a lot of damage just with just the shurikens too. And I think Chibi, with the amount of times that she was able to get a crowd control of them, helped them a lot in winning those team fights. And yeah, they cannot really do anything about that. And that was amazing coming through from the side from Chibi and Boogie Woogie again. I think most of the time, I think they were using she was using the Lancelot for the baits and she was just there for the damage. And unfortunate that Lancelot usually dies, that if he doesn't die, it could have been more of a smoother great gameplay. But Euphoria and Easy for Moon this time around, they need to good to have locked in, because it felt like Chibi and Boogie Woogie have finally found their footing.
Of course, let's see what will be happening right now. We are waiting for the third game between Team Shredded Duo versus Team Kusi Mergi at this moment. And Kusi Mergi, Shredded Duo, both of them having won 1 point. And it will be taking a little bit of time for the toss because this is the third game. So who will be having the blue side? That doesn't matter, maybe, because you are already spotting onto the same heroes, the
Mhm.
Hayak Audit, or maybe sorry, the Hayak Kagura and the Lance Audit. Let's see, guys, what will be happening in the third game so far.
We'll see though. Uh, okay. Wait,
Uh,
the first game was actually won by Euphoria, right? So the second game
yeah,
would be the second game won by Chibi. So we, no matter what the situation is, they will go for the third game, no?
yeah, I think
Could
I
be.
think like they should do it. I mean, third game is there because the first game was easy for Moon and Euphoria. The second one
Yeah, they just.
is Phoebe and Boogie Oogie 7. So of course, like I believe they will be going for the third game for sure.
I mean, if there was a violation of the rule as well, it could have been onto the hands of Euphoria here. So this could be. This is already a decider. So 1-1 is gonna be still the score. So we might even head into the third game, right? It feels like we might have to do some discussion.
Okay. Yo, back into the banger once again. The third game decider between Team Shiriduo versus Team Kushi Merji. At this point, both of them are in the 1-1 point. But let me clear one thing, Debbie, as well as to the viewers. What happened in the last game was not because of the tier damage or the score. It was Euphoria going into the side lane for that escape with that Kagura when the attack from Boogie Woogie was there. That was the violation of the rule, and that was the thing. They lost the game eventually. But then they got the tier thing as well, so of course they won the game. And now we are in the third game decider. The early game aggression being shown by the side of team Shredded Duo at this point. Oh, beautifully being done with the stun. The Throne Rose comes in, does have the flicker. Euphoria goes back.
Oh. That's a good cancellation too, and they're gonna be missing out a little bit of their minions as well. So they got to be careful on where they are planning to set themselves into. And now this is already a early start of an aggression, the contest onto the Litho. But TB doing a really wonderful job in trying to chase them away from their own side here because of the constant amount of passive that sees always hitting onto them with the presence of the minions as well. And yeah, they have a better clearance with the Lansdowne, of course, and they will be able to clear it out faster than Moon and Euphoria. But still, they are going to be a little bit equalized onto the goal here. Level 4 will be coming through, and that's where we'll be seeing the accents coming in.
Of course, they're taking their well time here so that in the end, like you will have the damage. You can come for the fight. But look at Chibi. She is having a proper position for Euphoria at this moment. But at the same time, when you're going for the stun, you cannot catch Kagura with the stun. She does have the inbuilt purify just like the Hanabi.
Mhm. That's what we are talking about here, but they're gonna be able to clear it out. Just a bit of a phrase coming through here as well. Is for Moon? He's not level 4 just yet. Both of them not level 4, but for Boogie Woogie, he's already level 4. Look at that.
What Shadow connected? He went for the ninjutsu shuriken, sliver of HP for Chibi, but somehow she managed to escape back.
Oh.
That was a nasty blow and a nasty escape as well from Chibi. But the score will be 0-0. There will be no casualties at this point. Puncture comes in, clearing out the minions. It will be Boogie Shem, and the Quad Shadow comes in. He went inside the tier for the damage, but couldn't gonna get the casualty onto Boogie at this point.
Mm-hmm. He's just so good in protecting into the bases of the turrets here so far, waiting for the time where TB will be back, because it's definitely important that she have the level 4. Because without her level 4, they will be unable to do anything here. So they are waiting, but Easy for Moon is in a good position here though.
Puncture, first blood, Chibi goes down there. She was not aware of that Moon being there in the bush, and that's the reason she falls down there. She was going for a proper zoning kind of thing, but then Moon just got a wildcard entry, or you can say like that. But now it's avenging kind of thing from Boogie Woogie Shevens, but he's kind of less in that health. He need to go back at this moment.
And he don't have that phantom execution as well, so he's got to be careful here. But I feel like this is a very good control onto this turrets onto this map right now from Shredded Duo here. Euphoria onto the other side, Moon onto the other side. They know that they have them sandwiched. If they want to go for the engages, they might eventually be able to win it out, because look at them. They have level 4s, they have the ultimate available for time, and whoever engages, they might eventually be able to get a kill. But the fact that Boogie Woogie is still very low and he's still not going back just says that he have the ult for himself too.
Quad Shadow connected. Hayabusa might gonna go for the engage. Of course, he went in, but the flicker was a perfect timing, I'll say, because he could have went for the Oogie Shadow kill, but that was a flicker who just range out his Oogie Shadow kill and he goes back.
I would have thought that maybe Boogie Woogie might be wanting to go for the executor as well, but then again, that comes in handy, the flicker, especially against the Hayabusa. And now I understand why he want to go for that here, because the damage is coming through from TB is definitely gonna be enough there here, and they are just waiting on her for her to get that level 4 here, because Boogie Woogie will be the one who goes for that distraction. And when Euphoria and Moon wasted out their ultimates, then that will be the green light for TB to come through here. They are very mindful, but yeah, the boost tech available for Euphoria is kind of helping the side of Team Shredded Duo a lot though.
Cross boost play, I'll say, because Chibi is going to the same position, and that's not a good thing to do again and again, because easy for Moon might gonna anticipate it easily. But there you go, the puncture comes in with the help of the minions. He goes back there as well. Euphoria playing so safe at this point. But she knows she got one kill into her hand. So obviously, if you're gonna play safe till 10 minutes mark,
Mhm.
you're gonna eventually win this game.
That's what they are doing. But yeah, the fact that they have heroes that can basically be a boost checker kind of create. Oh wow, that's a good steal from Euphoria. Again, doing everything with the umbrella that she has so far right now. But easy for Moon.
Okay, this time the Lance in a very bad position. Swan Dance comes up, but it will be saying on to Boogie Oogie 7. But there is a Swan Dance coming in. The AoE is high, but Chibi not gonna find any kill at this point. 2 times lead in the scoreboard for the side of Team Shredded Duo. They're just one step away from the win with a kill.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can say 4 minutes away with the time.
They're just gonna hold on as long as possible here, but Euphoria has to be careful even though she is having a good mobility. The damage coming through from Chibi might be enough to take her down with the dash as well. But the thing is, yeah, Chibi does not really have the flicker, so she cannot really go that much far of an aggression too. Euphoria can go back to the base right now and just get for the heal here. Moon will be farming onto the blue buff here. Yeah, kind of helped him quite a lot. Yeah, and the thing is, Chibi just trying to control onto the left side of the boost most time as much as possible here. But then she's always going to be spotted away by Euphoria, right? So you cannot really do anything with that ambush.
Of course. And now the thing is, Team Chibi and I mean Kushi Merji, they really needs 2 kills on the board, and you just
Mm-hmm.
have 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go for the ticking to get stopped, the time to get stopped as well. So obviously, and look at the approach from Euphoria and Easy for Moon at this point. They're playing so safe. They're staying in the back of the bush. I mean, back of the tier 1. They know like if we play defensively and just clear out the minions, we will be winning this game. Quad Shadow used. He goes back with the taunts.
Oh, a good setup coming through. Euphoria trying to go for a bit of an
One down, he
engagement.
goes in for the
Oh,
kill. He got the damage. The Phantom Execution coming from
okay.
the behind. In the behind, the 2 girls down. He avenged his kill of a girl, and now it's over for the side of Team Kushimerji. This team, Shredded Duo,
Shredded.
the 4th name getting added in our semi-finals. Team Daddy
Yeah.
Chill. We have Team Chuddy Chore in the house. We have 24.22. Sorry, 22.24. And now we have another name getting added in that group. That is Team Shredded Duo. The Haya Kagura combo they used yesterday. They used it today. And there you go. The result in the hand of Team Shredded Duo.
Amazingly well done here for Shredded Duo. This is the combination of a burst potential hero from the mid and the jungle. Hayabusa and Kagura burst, yeah, that is gonna be hard to handle. Open with the presence of the Blood Wings, you cannot really do anything about that. But a nice engage coming through from Moon as well as Euphoria, that was a well deserved game number 3 as well onto this duo versus duo series that we had so far. Yep, this is not the end. We're gonna be having the semifinals the next day. But before we head into that, I think it's time we say our goodbyes, is it not?